Today we're going to go through some frequently asked questions that we've gotten over the last 4 or 5 months, mostly concerning living and moving to Portugal. Also, Sarah's experience going through the healthcare system as a non-Portuguese speaker. And I say Sarah's because I wasn't even allowed to go into the hospital because of COVID, obviously. No. And before we get on to today's video, we just want to thank our subscribers again and all our patrons, and especially our newest patron, Antoni. Thank you very much.
Thanks for choosing us, Antoni, and welcome to our family.
Yep. So, alrighty, on to the first question.
Question number 1. Okay.
Traitor you are. You're a traitor.
And this question is addressed just to me. And it is, are you okay? Well, I will answer question 1 because I have been getting this a lot and it's addressed to me. We have been getting a lot of private messages about how worried they are about me. Not because I look sad or anything, but because if you haven't noticed, I have a lump on my neck. And this lump has a name, and his name is Neil. I've had him as a quiet passenger for the last maybe 2.5 years now. And I am planning to get rid of him, so his days are numbered. But I just want you to know that all is okay with me and just tell you a little bit about it. So it's a nodule in my neck. I've done tests, I've done a biopsy, and there's nothing to worry about. All there is that I have problems a little bit of the time breathing, but nothing to worry about. And because it's obviously pressing down on some breathing apparatus I might have over there. So it has to come out. And it is pretty big. I don't care about the cosmetic side of things, but I do care about being able to breathe properly and, walking long distances and going up hills. When it first started growing, we were still going going back and forth, getting settled in Portugal. We didn't have much here. And I decided to do to Malta just because we know the system, we know the language, we can communicate easily with the doctors. So I decided to go there, and the surgeon had told me, yes, I recommend doing it in Malta because in Portugal you'll have to go either to Porto or to Lisbon, the big hospitals to do this operation, which is a partial thyroidectomy. So I thought I might as well just go to Malta once I'm going to be going either to Porto or Lisbon. It would be easier, I thought. So I did that. I did it a couple of times. I went to get tests done there, and then I went to meet the surgeon in Malta, and then they gave me an operation date, which got cancelled. First they totally forgot about me, and then Corona started up and it got cancelled twice. So I decided I might as well do it here. I live in Portugal, let's get used to it here. And then we heard a lot of good things about the system, like everyone who needed operations here had good experiences with the Portuguese and their hospitals. So why not? I live here. So the first thing I did was go to the Polyclinic in Castelo Branco to find out what to do next. And they pointed me in the right direction. They gave me an appointment with the hospital and told me I can do everything in Castelo Branco. I didn't know this. Had I known this before, it would probably already be over, this whole thing. So yeah, then they've been really nice, and they've been pretty fast actually with the corona and everything happening. And I've already gone for all the tests I need to do and the pre-op, and now I am waiting on the 11th of January, which is in a week's time. I have an appointment with the surgeon and the anesthetist. I think that's how you say it. And then again on the 9th of February, I have another appointment for I don't know what, but I will find out. And then hopefully they will give me an operation date to have my partial thyroidectomy. And the language barrier was a tiny bit of a problem actually, because the first time I went, I spoke to the surgeon who had no idea about a single word in English, nothing. And he got a nurse to come, and the nurse was really nice and explained everything to me and explained all the processes that I'm going to go through that day. So I knew, from then on, I actually didn't meet another single person who spoke English, but I had the knowledge of what the nurse told me, so I kind of knew where to go and what to expect, which was really, really good. The second time I went, nobody spoke any English. I went into the hospital with my mask, and just a lot of sign language. Molly, you're in front of the camera. And a lot of sign language happened. And then when I had to go for the tests, it was okay. I kind of knew where to go and all this. But then when I had to go for the X-ray, I kind of didn't know what they wanted from me. So it was a lot of, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to take this off? My bra? I don't know what you want. And then I was in front of the machine, and I didn't know what they were telling me. So the woman over there had to position my body exactly how she wanted it. I couldn't understand what she wanted, but somehow we got it done, which was awesome. So the language barrier can be a bit of a problem, but it will get things done. I'm going to stop talking about this. I don't want it to be too long, but I just wanted you to know that I am okay. This is not life-threatening. I know about it. I am doing something about it, and yeah, it's all good. So over to the next question. Question number 2. Yeah, Molly. So question number 2, we get asked this a lot. We were going to do a video on it, but it's easier just to answer it as a question, really.
Yeah.
It's what do you run off your solar?
Yeah, so we have a pretty small solar system, just 6 panels. In winter, we always have a fridge on. We run off all our lights and everything, but when we bought our fridge, we bought them separate. We bought like a small fridge with the small freezer inside and a separate freezer. Just because I was worried that with the clouds and winter and everything, we wouldn't be able to keep the whole thing on 24/7, 7 days a week. The chickens are getting a bit crazy. So yeah, so it's okay with just the fridge, but the freezer we only really turn it on in summer.
In summer, that's when we
for
need
cold
it anyway.
drinks and stuff like that. Well,
Ice.
really, we'd like to freeze some of the harvest we have, some things, you know.
True.
But with the winter, we'd have to keep topping it up every day, basically, when it's cloudy. I run all my power tools off it when it's full. In summer, I don't even look at the batteries because it's always sunny. It's always full as soon as we wake up. So we have no issues, and I just use all the power tools when we have it, and when we don't have power, I don't. Now, if it isn't raining and I've got the generator on topping it up, so if it's basically just cloudy, I normally run the power tool, so the power from the generator diverts the batteries and goes directly to whatever you're running off at that time. So unless it's raining, I can still use power tools if I'm running the Jenny. But if it's raining, obviously I can't leave the generator out getting wet and stuff, even though it's got a bit of a cover on it. Basically, it just keeps the fridge running through the winter, and our lights. And also we installed that water pump for the shower and the kitchen sink inside the caravan. So far, we've been fine.
Yes,
so
we try to use it
overnight. Yeah, maybe in the evening.
Not at night.
We try not to run the water as much because it does waste power. But yeah, it's enough for us. For me, one of the most important things is when you go on solar is to use less electricity. We're so used to living without power over the years that this feels like luxury anyway.
Okay, so I hope that answered that question. Now to question 3.
What is it?
Are you ever scared you made the wrong decision buying such a big piece of land?
No.
That's a very easy question. It is no.
First of all, we fell totally in love with our land and definitely don't regret it because we love it. The landscape, I mean, we have most of the trees are all down towards the border that has the river. Like one of the borders of our land, the longest one is like 400 or 500 meters of river. So that's pretty safe down there, and that's where all the trees are. And as for the rest of it, this side we've cleaned most of it. Even our neighbour is pretty good.
Our neighbours have been very good, so all our borders are pretty clean.
Are completely cleaned. So every 2 years he does it. Our land has got like on the deed, it has like 5 hectares of granite. Just got a lot of boulders everywhere and rock. We have been cleaning patches of bushes. Obviously, we go with the most closest to our house, or just so we're all legal
and safe. That's more important.
Then one side we have the river, and I mean down by where there's that dirt road, the other entrance, there isn't anything really there.
No.
It's just boulders.
Yeah.
So it's pretty safe.
So no, we are not worried.
No.
So number 4.
Also, sorry, on the other board next to that guy's olives,
Yeah.
there's like an old canal, which is like a meter deep, which used to when it rains, it's running with water. So that's kind of another. At least there's like a meter and a half at least of like a border, rocky border, which helps us.
Yeah, number 4. What would you have done differently, knowing what you know now as experts?
Well, I think one of the main things is spending our money a little bit more wisely.
Yes.
The first thing that comes to mind, because I'm staring at it right now, is our car. Cars are really expensive here. We mentioned this in our 5 tips. I would have much preferred to have bought a truck.
Yes, we didn't think about it before. We bought the car before the land, which we should have waited really. We should have just rented till we saw what land we were going to get. But you would have done that differently.
I mean, we saw cars expensive and trucks were expensive, you know. So really, we couldn't afford it. But having spent 6,000 or something on this car, maybe it would have made more sense to spend like 8 and get a truck, because we've destroyed this car. If you saw our video, another.
We've been destroying it slowly.
The bottom of the car, or the you know the hard plastic underneath the engine to protect all the engine and all the bits and pieces. That's all gone.
That is all.
That was like in the first week we moved here.
And then, like, if you speak to the Portuguese, they say yes because the cars are expensive, but they don't lose their value
as much.
Ours did though.
Yeah, well, I hit that post as well in the supermarket and
totally
smashed.
Destroyed it.
Yeah, so. Maybe we would have bought something a bit more hardy.
Also, the chipper, when we bought our
chipper. The chipper, we'll still have to see. I bought this wood chipper for like €800 or 750 or something from Leroy and Merlin. We mainly bought it so we can chip all these bushes, the rock rose and the broom. But the broom just blocks it all up because the leaves are like kind of like pine needly, and it blocks it all up. But this year, when we continue cleaning more land, we're going to try a different approach, so look out for that. I've already started clearing some land. This is the time to do it. In winter we really love doing it. We do it by hand. Normally we just dig everything out by the roots, but I'm going to try something a bit different this year just to make it a bit quicker. But I really do enjoy it. Number one, it's like super physical. After you've done a few days in a row, you start to build a bit of a tolerance and your body starts getting used to all the hard labor. We cleaned those 3 terraces just down by the earth, and like you start seeing all the land coming through and all the boulders and everything. It's really like gives you courage to keep going. So we'll see how it goes with the chipper. I still have hope that it is a worthy tool to have. Anyway, we'll see.
And there's the
biggest one was our digger.
Yeah.
We bought this Komatsu 4-ton digger, which ran for about 2 hours before it died. I did try to get someone to come and see to fix it, but this was just in the beginning when the corona hit. And then I called him and said, listen, it's better not because of all the restrictions. So it's just been sitting there for a good year. We were going to get someone to come and do the road because, like I said, we've destroyed our car driving down and up. And we do have, 17 hectares of land, and there's going to be a lot of earth moving in the future once we fix it. But I had gotten a quote and it was like 300 or 400 to come and dig the road. I bought that digger for 5,000. I called a friend who's a mechanic over the phone, and he just asked me, I'm no expert obviously because I got conned, but he told me what to look for and everything seemed okay. And when it did stop working, there was just this huge bang. I've never heard any engine making that noise before, so I'm pretty sure that the engine is dead, which will be a huge cost, but we'll see. We don't have much option right now, so we're just going to leave it there until we can afford to hopefully fix it.
So number 5 is, can you get jobs in Portugal? And this is, yes you can, but you have to know how to speak the language.
So unless you speak Portuguese, it's pretty difficult to find a job. Obviously, it depends where you're living in Portugal. If you're living on the Silver Coast, maybe, and especially the Algarve, most people speak English. There's so many tourists there that they want English-speaking workers. Around our parts, I mean, you see Facebook posts for cash in hand labouring or land clearing, especially around the land clearing deadline, which is around 15th March. So around that time you see a lot of people asking for people to clean the land for them. Normally they charge anything from 5 without fuel for the strimmer and other machinery per hour, €5 per hour, or some people do it 10 per hour including petrol. Sometimes there's also agricultural work like olive picking or pruning or cherry picking, which is a huge
grapes, say, for the
grapes as well. But they're few and far between, really.
And you can't count on them. It's
and
not
these
like
are like mostly from foreigners.
yes,
Mostly,
yes.
you know, people who are retired here and have a huge piece of land and don't clear it themselves or stuff like that.
But it's seasonal work. It's not like
It's
you
seasonal.
can count on it for your bread and butter.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
some
you-
people, you know, get a few days a week, which contributes to their income,
Yeah.
which is great. So if you do have an online job, that's pretty sweet. At least you'll be able to get an income while here, while not depending on the local job market, you know, which isn't super strong for us non-Portuguese speaking foreigners.
Okay.
Yeah, on to the next one.
The sixth question is, why did you choose Portugal? Now this we are not going to answer in this video actually, because we've just recently done a video about it. We are going to put a link to the video, and yeah, you'll be able to find out more about that there.
And about us.
And about us, yes, there's a little bit about our past. And yeah, you get to know more about us, so don't miss it if you're interested. Number 7 is, what should we get with us? This we get asked a lot more than anything else. What should we get with us? Should we sell everything and buy everything there? What do you recommend us bringing to Portugal when we move here?
We obviously bought our car here, so we don't know about, I've heard, but we don't know the exact way to matriculate a foreign car in Portugal. But I've heard that's a bit of a headache. But
It's a bit
as
of a
long
headache.
I think as long as you have your car
You have to have owned it for a year
for a certain
before
amount
you
of
move
time.
to Portugal.
Yeah, I'm
Now-
not sure if it's a year exactly, but I'm sure someone will tell us.
Yeah.
But since cars are so expensive here, I'd definitely look into that, especially if you have a truck and you're moving on to a
If you have a
piece of
truck.
land like us, because then you'll still have a truck, and over here they're much more expensive, especially, well, I don't know now about with Brexit and everything how that affects
Yeah, that's
importing a
true.
car, but anyway, I'd definitely look into that. If you're coming to Portugal with a van or you're going to ship a container, tools I would definitely bring with me because they're very expensive here. When you compare prices, I mean, we were in the States before we came to Portugal, so the difference was quite big. But even in the UK, when I look up online for prices on all these different tools and whatnot, it's always much cheaper than here. So, I mean, I don't see the point in selling the tools you have, for example, in
No,
the
to come
UK
here.
for much cheaper than you bought them, because second-hand items in the UK aren't as valuable as they are here. Even if you bring them here and sell them,
You
it probably makes
get
more
more
sense,
than-
you know, because the second-hand items have much more value here.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be moving here and making a fresh start, but there's no point in getting rid of everything from your past life. Just if you can, from what we learned, even when we
I would
moved
bring
from
whatever you can.
Australia,
you
I
know?
would suggest you just get everything with you and just get a container and just put everything in it and get it down here.
Yeah.
All you can do is if you sell it, you're going to be getting more for it down here, and if you keep it, there's less to spend when you move. Last but not least, this is a question that we are not going to answer today.
Is it, why did they put Molly in the dustbin when she was
No!
born?
The Molly was thrown in a dustbin when she was just 2 days old, guys. Who could do something like
With her
this to
3
such
brothers.
a sweet little girl?
So, number 8.
Well, number 8 is, can we please have a tour of your land? And we get asked a lot too. And we haven't done one because we don't have very good equipment. We don't have a drone, we don't have a very good camera, so we kind of put it off. But we are gonna do a little bit of a tour of our land by the river and of our 4 ruins that we have. So
it's very shady down there as well because of all the trees. So the light is really
it's always hard to
really
get a good
dim
video.
down there. So it's hard to portray it in a video compared to when you're actually there.
Yeah, yeah, it looks so much different when you're looking at it and then you film it. You
Like,
come
oh,
out,
that looks crap.
but we are going to do our best, and this is what we have. So we work with what we have, and then when we get better equipment
Oh,
and
I'm looking
a
forward to
drone,
buying a drone.
we
eh?
will have a better video, a better
Can you
quality.
imagine just following
What?
the river like that and then coming up to the house? Would be awesome.
So
One
yeah,
day,
so
soon, hopefully.
one day soon we'll do it. So I hope that answered a few of your questions, and if you have any more, don't hesitate to send them. We like
Just ask, we'll
reading.
collect them, we'll answer your question anyway, you know, on the messages.
Yeah.
But we'll choose the ones that get asked most often, and if we have enough, we'll do another one.
So yeah, thanks for listening to our video, and
Yeah, hopefully this will help you with a few things if you decide to move to Portugal. Hit subscribe and that notification bell if you want to keep following our journey, and bye-bye.
thanks
See
for
you
watching.
next time.
Have a great day.
Ciao.
Bye.
Say bye. Come on.
This is where she doesn't feel like.
Come on, a bit more heart, girl.
Hi, and
guys.
welcome to our channel.
Today. Okay, let's start again. Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hi,
Welcome
guys.
to our channel.
Today is
I'm
our
getting a bath.
yes, and it is our first
Poppy, stop
Q&A. Molly, calm down. What's going on? In this video, wait, I think what to say.
In this video.
Okay, so